My sister called my baby a burden after she made me babysit all her children, so I called CPS. So I never really wanted kids before. I wasn't a fan of other people's kids either, if I'm being real. But life happens, I'm married, and now we're expecting our first baby soon. Since getting pregnant, my feelings changed about my child, but that doesn't mean I signed up to play mama to anybody else's. Now, my SEL has 3 kids, a 4-year-old male, a 7-year-old male, and a 9-year-old female. She's a single mom, works full-time. But the problem is, out of everybody in this family, she constantly calls and asks me to babysit. Nobody else, just me, and doesn't offer no money. Even though I work part-time from home and I'm heavily pregnant. The issue popped off recently at a bonfire BBQ. She asked me to help out with her kids while she went off to drink and run her mouth with the other adults. I ain't mind for a little bit because I was sitting down and not doing anything, but she straight up disappeared for over 2 hours. Left me chasing a 4-year-old who's damn near my height and not potty trained, a 7-year-old who's nonverbal for the most part and says random stuff he picks up off Bluey, and the 9-year-old who's a sweet girl and tried to help me manage her siblings. When she finally came back, she had the nerve to joke, "You'd be a better mom than me, girl. Claim them as yours." I kinda laughed it off and passed her kids back, but later she kept pressing the issue, talking about, "We're family now. You should step up so you can practice." So I told her, I love them as my niece and nephews, but they will never be mine. I'm glad I can pass them back when it's time. That's when she got mad and started saying slick racist shit about me and my baby, talking about how I sit on my ass while she works, calling my people lazy, and saying this baby is just gonna be another burden. Whole time I'm damn near 8 months pregnant, can barely get around, exhausted, and dealing with all this. And get this, my husband and MIL took her side, saying I should help family and that I was being cold. My husband even told me I didn't marry somebody so selfish they wouldn't help family. But here's the kicker, my sweet niece tried to help me calm down her brothers, get them snacks and stuff while I was struggling, and they dared to tell her, "No, your auntie can do it. She's the adult." Like what? I finally snapped and told my husband and his family to STFU, leave me alone, or I'll go back to my home state where my people got me, since me and my baby is such a burden, because this whole situation is stressing me out to the point I feel like I'm gonna end up in early labor. Update. So first off, yes, I did leave and made it out okay. I'm staying with my brother now. Before I left, my ex-sister really tried it. This woman had the nerve to drop her kids off on the porch. Knowing it was just me at home, my ex-husband was headed to the airport and I was trying to handle the house. When she saw I wasn't coming to the door, she told her kids to go around back where there's a pool. No gate, 4 feet to 10 feet deep. If that gate had been locked like it should have been, anything could have happened. But she didn't care, just pulled off. And as much as I didn't want to deal with it, I let the kids in. But I also called the police. I'd had enough. They came, talked to me, and called MIL to come get them because I wasn't doing this again. I was leaving the next evening and wasn't about to be guilt-tripped into babysitting. Mill showed up angry, calling me a pathetic bitch and saying my daughter would never be accepted. She tried to attack me, but luckily the officer was in the way. He told her if she didn't take the kids, he'd call DHR and she'd be the one going to jail. Next thing I know, she's on the phone with my husband, who was supposed to be on a flight. He turned around, missed his lane, and came home raging. Told me I was vile, that he wanted a divorce, that if I wasn't pregnant, I would have gotten it, and that he wanted nothing to do with the baby. Talking about he'll take everything in court, even my baby. Told me to get out of his house. I said, "No sir, both our names are on that deed, you can go." Fast forward, SIL comes back hours later that night, drunk, banging on windows, yelling for me to come out so she can beat my ass. I was inside, confused, watching it all on the cameras. I told her through the mic, "Leave my property or I'm calling the police," and standing my ground. Instead of backing off, this fool throws a rock through the window. I called the police again and she started screaming that I kidnapped her kids who weren't even there. When the officers got there, I opened the door, let them search the house, and reminded them her mama had already picked them up. Did I press charges? Absolutely. I took my important documents, the baby stuff, clothes, etc. Next morning, his job called me asking why he missed his flight and if he was okay because he wasn't answering his phone. So I sent them everything, voicemails, videos, all of it. Never heard back officially, but judging by the sudden crying voicemails from him and his mom, he either got fired or suspended. SIL got bailed out by MIL, but neither one has the kids. The kids are with their actual daddy, whom SEL was keeping them away from, and they're doing better already. I'm staying with my brother, his wife, and their newborn twins. I'm still working from home, my boss knows everything, and told me I can go on maternity leave whenever I'm ready, and take all the time I need. I've been surrounded by family and childhood friends, the ones who truly love me. Oh, and yes, I'm getting that divorce.